Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we will do the reading on the Trina Apisuni Chena as well as Prabhupada Lila Amrita. So let's start. Om Agyan Timirandasya Gyananjan Shalakaya Chakshurun Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deen Bandhu Jagatpate गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विष भानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधु भयवच पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So Trinath Apisunichena, the goal is Krishna Prema. Devotional service unto Krishna is attained by charity, strict vows, austerities, and fire sacrifices. By Japa, study of Vedic text, observance of regulative principles, and indeed by the performance of many other auspicious practices. You are a sadhaka performing sadhana. What is the goal of your sadhana? The goal is Krishna Prema. There are various types of sadhana. One may be a very charitable person giving dana, charity, or else follow a particular vrata or vow or undergo svya austerities, while another sadhana is to perform yagna, sacrifice, or chant japa, study the Vedas, swadhyaya, or practice controlling or restraining the senses, samyamat. But the supreme goal is Krishna Prema. Prema Bhakti is inseparable from the gopis. Uddhava told the gopis, you have already achieved the ultimate goal, pure love at the lotus feet of Govinda, which is an invaluable asset. Therefore, Tribhuvana Pujita, all the residents of the three planetary systems worship you, gopis. You are the embodiment of that prema. Such prema is anuttama, incomparable, and sat uttama, the topmost. There is no limit to it. Take the example of fire. Fire has propensity to burn within it, but the burning propensity is not harmed by fire. Ajita Vatsu Noy. The burning propensity is inherent in fire. One cannot separate it from the fire, as it is one with the fire. Prema Bhakti, or in Vaishnava language, Mahabhava Lakshana, is part of your very being. O gopis, it is not something you have earned, it is inseparable from you. Muninam api durlabha. What great munis and rishis cannot achieve even after undergoing severe austerities and penances for many hundreds and thousands of years, you have attained. In this way, he praised and glorified the gopis. O gopis, by your own activities, you are teaching us how to develop love for Krishna. Vraja Bhumi is the most worshipable place in all of the three planetary systems. It is so glorious because you gopis are here. The gopis' renunciation is based on pure love. Krishna gives his final and most confidential instruction in Gita, Sarva Dharman Parityajasya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. Abandon all varieties of dharma, even Veda dharma, and surrender unto me. You have done this. You are the embodiment of this mantra. Sarva dharman parityajasya mam ekam sharanam vraja. In all of the three words, I have never found anyone who has given up all of the dharmas for Krishna. You have given up your sons, your husbands, your father in law, mothers in law, home, hearth, and everything for Parama Purusha, Param Brahma, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Of course, this is correct. Those who have attained Krishna in this world have given up everything. But there is a difference between your renunciation, O gopis, and the renunciation of others to get Krishna. Your renunciation is based on pure love, but their renunciation is based on some vichara, some consideration. What is that consideration? Their consideration is that one must renounce everything. Otherwise, they cannot get Krishna. However, your renunciation is not based on this vichara. Your renunciation is quite natural and is based on your pure love. You do not know that you have renounced anything. This is a very deep topic. Hare Krishna devotees, now we can move on to the Prabhupada Lilamrita. Page 26. Rameshwara may have been shy while quietly waiting at the bottom of the stairs for the slightest recognition from Srila Prabhupada. But when he received the prize jewel of this handwritten note, he ran off, shouting to share the good fortune with any devotee who was still awake. Tripurari, every morning after Mangala Arati, there was always a little group clustered around the door of the temple because you weren't supposed to talk in the temple while chanting Japa early in the morning. So Rameshwara was standing at the doorway chanting, and he called us over until a little cluster of devotees were there at the doorway. He showed us Prabhupada, not some of the other devotees got frustrated seeing that we were talking during the Japa period. They felt we were a distraction or that we weren't absorbed in our service or in Japa. But actually, we were really intensely absorbed in thinking of Sankirtana, and when we returned to our japas, we began chanting with the desire to be able to go out and please Prabhupada. In a few days, Prabhupada's Pada words, everyone should go with the Sankirtan party as soon as possible. Reach the other temples in although Srila Prabhupada soon left Los Angeles, returning to India, his message stayed and deepened the devotees' convictions. In the summer of 1973, the devotees found that at concerts they could distribute hundreds of Krishna books in a few hours. The Krishna book available now as a paper trilogy with a foreword by George Harrison was especially attractive to young people. In July, Rameshwara wrote to Prabhupada in London telling him that the Los Angeles Temple was distributing two thousands of Krishna books a week and that at one concert devotees has distributed 6,000 books in 2 hours. The devotees in Los Angeles decided that Tripurari and a few other leading Sankirtana men should travel from temple to temple and share their experience. Rameshwara wrote to Prabhupada, "This is the mercy of Sri Sri Rukmani Dwarkadhisha, the deities of Los Angeles Temple, that we can send out so many devotees to other centers. It is the real opulence of New Dwarka." Srila Prabhupada replied on August 3rd, "There is no doubt about it. To distribute books is our most important activity. The temple is a place not for eating and sleeping, but as a base from which we send with our soldiers to fight with Maya." Fight with Maya means to drop thousands and millions of books into the laps of the conditional souls, just like during the wartime, the bombs are raining from the sky like anything. I like also your progress of sending out your best men to reach the others. That is the actual progress of Krishna consciousness to train others. Continue this program so that in the future, every devotee in our movement will know the art of distributing books. This is approved for by me. A letter from a woman who had recently received Some of the Prabhupada's book appeared in the July BBT newsletter. The letter had been written on TWA in flight stationery. In the SF airport, before I departed for London, the Krishna book was given to me by one of your followers. I never felt so happy and privileged or honored would be a better phrase. I am sick of this material rat race. I want a higher life without material riches and games. On her way back from London, she had purchased another book, Raj Vidya, in the Chicago airport and now asked for more help. It is beautiful, she concluded. As Tripurari traveled and taught his method of Sankirtana, more devotees followed his example and began wearing a wig and a conventional dress while selling books. This way of dressing made approaching people much more easier and increased the potential for distributing books. Some devotees, however, disapproved. One day, in September 1973, during Srila Prabhupada's morning walk on Juhu Beach in Bombay, a few of his sannyasis, disciples, brought the matter before him. Prabhupada referred to many gentlemen strolling along Juhu Beach who would always offer respects to the devotees by folding their hands and saying Hare Krishna. This was a sign of a real Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada said, anyone who sees him immediately thinks of Krishna. The devotees, therefore, should prominently display such Vaishnava marking as tilak, shikhas, and netbeads so that people could know here are Hare Krishna people. One sannyasi remarked that in America, devotees were now wearing wigs and dressing like hippies to distribute books. He did not let his own band do this because he felt it self repeating. If people didn't even know they were speaking to a devotee, if someone wanted to distribute books, he concluded Krishna would help that devotee find a place where he could do so without having to disguise himself. Srila Prabhupada turned to others asking their opinions. One devotee suggested that the reason the devotees in America wore disguises was because otherwise they would not be permitted to distribute books in certain places. Prabhupada heard the opinion and then gave his decision. These disguises should be stopped immediately. We shall not in any way sacrifice our standards. He said, we must maintain our principles strictly. This dressing with long hair and karmic clothes is the tendency to once again become hippies. Because you were hippies, that tendency is still there. So this should be stopped. Okay, we are almost at 6 a.m., so we stopped at this point. Vancha kalpatubhyascha kripa sindhubhyavcha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. We will continue with our chant.